Hey, good morning, Advantage members. Happy Tuesday. It's April 25th. We have some movement in the markets right now, and even last night, right? One interesting thing I see happening in the markets is that, first of all, we're still chopping inside this level, this LIS level, which I named it as line in the sand, right? As you can see, that's around 27,450. Let me show you on a daily basis why that level is important. As you can see, this red line right here, it goes back to the closing candle of March 17th. Okay. And so that was kind of an important level. And then maybe even this yellow level, right? So this little pocket of resistance between the candle closing as well as the candle highs are, in my opinion, sort of two pivotal points, or let's just say a small, couple $100 range that shows us why BTC as well as crypto is, on, let's just say, shaky ground. Okay. We need to get back above this level with force. And I mean, really like a big bullish candle to show that there is some real underlying strength to push us back inside, at minimum above this level, which is 29K, and maybe as high as 30K. Until that happens, the risk here is that we have near term topped and deviated because we've now come back inside the range breakout of this, right? Not only that, we've swept all these higher lows that we've gotten. And if you start sweeping this one, the next level below us is the pivot down here, which is around $25,600 approximately, right? So the risk, obviously, from where we are right now is almost a $2,000 drop. And you don't want to deal with that because the consequences to that is that you can make the argument that we are then creating somewhat of a head and shoulders top. And head and shoulders tops, especially after bottoming here in October or November with almost a 5-month run up, could actually mean that the trend has topped here in general. And that means that we could begin the next leg down to the breakdown. 20K and lower could be the next bigger targets. But again, I don't want to think about that. I'm just giving you guys levels to watch below. The optimistic scenario is here that this white level that you see, which is around 27 to, let's just say 27 flat, right? That is still maintaining the critical area of support that held price all the way through March, middle of March, multiple times tapped here. That's around, let's just say 26.8, 27 flat, right? That level is being held. But like I said, based on those daily levels that I had, right, that yellow line as well as this red line, both of which you need to get back above and smash above. And that means at minimum, climbing back inside this little area where we had previously consolidated, right, here at the tail end of March, beginning of April. That's around 27.7. Let's just say 28 to be safe. 28K is the level that you want to break and smash above and leave all this shit behind. Okay, excuse my language, but you got to leave this crap behind because the risk of spending more and more time here and allowing buyers to get bled out or sellers to feel more confident selling, the risk could be that maybe the market is really weak and the bid has kind of disappeared. And that means that the bids may not reappear until a significant level of opportunity is once again found. And that may not be until maybe 25K, maybe even lower, right? So the bids will actually be at very deeper levels if the current level is lost. All right. Now, on a weekly basis, we have the current pivot right below us, which is around 26,600 and some change. Okay. Ideally, you want to stay above that pivot and you want to stay, meaningfully bouncing off that pivot. All right. We've not come close to tapping it, but it's possible maybe through the rest of the week that we do that. All right. Other than that, the other aspects I'm watching in the market is something like Solana. Now, again, Solana being sort of one of my favorite plays right now is still getting beat to, death. Let's just say, for the lack of a better word. And I don't like it because here's the thing. Solana is coming uncomfortably close to, first of all, this structural support line, which is great. I mean, I'm happy that we're near support and, we're finding support here. But again, the pivot for Solana is way the heck down here around $20.25 approximately, 20.3. Okay, that is another, maybe, what is that, like 3 to 5% risk from where we are. All right, so let me pull this back up. From where we are right now, if we drop to that pivot around 20.3, that's about 3.5% approximately. That is a risk that I do not want to deal with, because 20 doesn't mean that we're going to stop at this pivot. Then, similar to BTC, where we had swept some of this consolidation structure, right? See this structure, that might also get swept in Solana too, which would mean these structures get swept. That means maybe price goes all the way down to 19 and some change. Okay. Again, in my positions, as I've mentioned before, I'm still a spot buyer. I have no risk of liquidation or anything as such. I can kind of keep buying. I can make my Solana position much bigger. I'm not concerned about that, but please do manage your own risk. Again, non-investment advice. I had to close out OLE because I decided that the market was looking shaky yesterday. We saw, pullback in Microsoft. We saw, pretty much all equities get hammered yesterday. Like Apple was, beat up a little bit. You can see Apple also pre-market selling off. Look at Amazon, pre-market down. How much are they down? What the hell is going on? Hang on. Microsoft is down 0.5%. Apple is down almost 0.3% pre-market. Tesla, let's see how much Tesla is down. Tesla is down, yikes, 1.6% pre-market, right? Amazon is down about 1% pre-market. Okay, so all these things, right? When we start looking at pre-markets, when we start looking at, the risk of cryptos also not looking great, it is to sort of show you meaningfully that, hey, the market ain't looking good, right? It means that the market is showing some outlandish risks that we need to be very, very cautious about. Okay. And that means that, you want to start managing core positions more, getting off leverage, getting off, quick in and out longs, and you want to start focusing on higher time frame, long-term horizon investments or trades. Again, that's just my thought process, right? This is not to tell you like this is what you should do. You manage your own risk, but I'm telling you that my goal right now is, as I've tweeted also, okay, yesterday I wanted to start cutting, some of my trades and some of my trades, as well as, things that I don't have bigger conviction in. And I just stuck to these, right? I just stuck to my core positions, things that I have conviction in for more than, let's just say, a week or even a month. Okay. Things that I can hang on to and I feel comfortable holding, maybe 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. All right. Because that is what the market may, pose as a risk. Now, I will say that right now, given that it's end of April, we are coming off the lows, it is possible that we still have maybe one more leg up in the market. We still are comfortably above this parabola, right? I like parabolic trends like this because, personally, as long as they hold, they're active to me. They're intact, and I think we should be looking for higher prices. I'm not in a larger time frame concerned like, oh, from here we're going to go straight down, because that has yet to be determined, let's just say. Okay. But what I do think the risk is we may have a further breakdown, and that further breakdown can resolve worse if things deteriorate worse in the equity environment. Like I showed you earlier, if we start seeing Apple and all these stocks shit the bed, and maybe we have, I don't know, some external risk of regulatory issues for crypto, then you've caught something bad in your hands, and you may have to take a loss much further down. Okay, but that's what I'm saying. For now, keep your eye on the ball without starting to put too much capital at risk. And even though personally I'm still optimistic and I still personally think we can head up, like for example, my ultimate goal for Solana was at minimum we get to 27, which by the way we haven't done, and maybe as high as $50. Why? Because that was a range high here, a range high here, and I believe we can hit that range high maybe in a month or two, right? Maybe the next quarter or something. Okay, I still kind of believe in that, and I've not lost hope. It's not because I'm trying to be a perma bull or anything. It's just I don't see counting out the risks right away, just because the market has created a pretty shaky environment, right? Even though it looks brutal, well, I mean, structurally, like, okay, I can hang on to a little bit more risk. Okay, Ethereum, again, same thing, kind of looks like shit, right? It broke back inside the 1850 breakout level, kind of basically looks like a deviation top coming back inside, the point where we needed to sustain above, which is 1850. So all things kind of look broken right now. But does that mean that we can't grind and chop higher from here? Yeah, we totally can, right? We can just do something like this, slowly come back into 1800 or 1750, reclaim 1850 by May or June or some point, and then put in the next leg up towards like 2500 on ETH. That is how I'm looking at the market right now. Again, think beyond a week, think beyond the current price action risk of the market, but also be aware that, okay, well, if shit's really going to hit the fan, if things are really going to get worse, start thinking of hedges, start thinking of reducing, near-term trading risk, low conviction bets, that kind of thing. Okay. All right. Other things I'm doing right now. I told you already, I'm reading the update from QCP Capital, right? They put out this update about, market dynamics, what's happening, with the banking crisis, projections, volumes, et cetera, et cetera. I posted this here for our members here in official announcements. I think it's a pretty helpful read of, getting QCP Capital's perspective. Again, these are the smartest guys. They're from Singapore. It's a fund from Singapore, one of the largest options traders in the space. Incredibly smart people I think are, doing incredibly well in the space. Make sure y'all check it out. And then the other NFT project, I've kept an eye on closely is Mad Lads. I already told y'all before, Mad Lads and XNFT Backpack, which is this little plugin right here. You can check out. We've talked about Backpack, for a while. We've talked about XNFTs for a while. I'm a pretty big fan of Mad Lads, as well as more importantly, the XNFT architecture, and then Armani, who is the let me see, he's the founder of XNFT, as well as I think the head dev. So he's a super smart guy, and again, I really like following hardworking, smart people. We're also kind of humble and just like putting their you know, keeping their head closer to the ground and just really working, right? Grinding and working. And so, you know, I've been following this guy and I think he's incredibly smart. And I think this project, whether you want to buy NFTs or not, I mean, that's your call. I don't own any, FYI, because I think they just really got off to a very hot start. And I'm not going to pay 89 SOL right now. If the prices come down, or if I see like a rare, you know, NFT pop up in this Mad Lads collection, I might buy, right? Somewhere close to like 100, 200 SOL for something that's rare is acceptable to me. But I'm not paying 900 SOL or 1,000 SOL or anything like that. It's just, I don't, you know, I mean, I don't love NFTs that much. If I was buying the NFT, it would probably be simply because I want to support Mad Lads as a community, and it would not be a trade. It would more so be just like, all right, well, I'll hold it for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, you know. Same thing I did with DGods. You know, I held it for almost a year, or at least like 6 or 8 months, and then I sold it, you know, just because I just felt out of touch, you know, myself with the community. I couldn't keep up. And, you know, that was a great trade for me. Mad Lads, you know, I would probably see the community development, the growth and everything for 6 months, 9 months, and then see if I want to hold on to it longer. Anyway, I'll let you guys do your own research into Mad Lads. Other than that, again, you know, alts, crypto still looks red day over day, week over week. And we will just be cautious, you know, for the next couple of weeks. I guess a positive, optimistic view on this is, hey, you can kind of see ETH is coming back, retesting the top of the triangle. I mean, that's a pretty decent area to, you know, get long if you wanted to buy or start buying, you know, long positions, right? Again, not investment advice, but it's one of the reasonings you can have. All right. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have, folks. All right, y'all take care. Good luck, everybody. And yeah, everything else is pretty much on my Twitter feed. Take care. Cheers. Talk soon.